Pentagon briefing. Defense Secretary Robert Gates and Admiral Mike Mullen speak with reporters about the latest developments at the DoD. USNS Comfort will update you on the ship's mission to provide critical care in Central America. Plus, Lynn III, the Deputy Defense Secretary, lands in the Czech Republic for high-level talks. And strut your mutt. We'll take you to this doggy show to show you one standout star. Around the Services starts right now.
Now, proudly serving those who serve. This is Around the Services.
Hello and welcome. I'm Staff Sergeant Josh Hauser. Defense Secretary Robert Gates expressed respect and gratitude as he bid farewell to the Pentagon press corps Thursday in what he says is his last press conference before leaving office. He also nominated a new chief of naval operations and also expressed concerns about U.S. relations with Pakistan. It became his top priority shortly after taking office, thanks to press reports that shed a negative light on the Department of Defense.
I gained even more of an appreciation for the important accountability role of the press early in my tenure, when newspaper reports exposed two glaring bureaucratic shortcomings in the outpatient treatment of wounded warriors at Walter Reed and resistance to purchasing life-saving MRAPs for troops downrange. Responding to both of these critical issues, which only came to my attention through the media, became my top priority.
And even as he thanked the media, he had some words for the man seated next to him, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs, Admiral Mike Mullen.
He played an instrumental role in developing and executing our new strategy in Afghanistan, where we're now seeing substantial progress. Beyond the wars, Mike's focus has been on people, in particular his concern about the stress on the ground forces and their families. Our men and women in uniform could have no better or more effective advocate.
Secretary Gates did not escape without addressing questions about U.S. relations with Pakistan.
We need each other, and we need each other more than just in the context of Afghanistan. Pakistan is an important player in terms of regional stability, and so my view is that this is a relationship where we just need to keep working at it. There is the reality that Pakistan is a country that has a number of nuclear weapons.
It's not about one country or another, it's about the region. And of those things that I fear in the future, it's the proliferation of that technology, and it's the opportunity and the potential that it could fall into the hands of terrorists, many of whom are alive and well and seek that in that region.
Also during that press conference, Secretary Gates announced that Admiral Jonathan Greenert has been nominated to become the 30th Chief of Naval Operations. Admiral Greenert is a career submariner and current Vice Chief of Naval Operations. If confirmed by the Senate, he would replace Admiral Gary Roughead, who is set to leave in September. Well, Deputy Secretary of Defense William Lynn is in France for talks with European leaders on global security after a Wednesday stop in the Czech Republic for military meetings. Officials say Secretary Lynn thanked the Czech Republic for stepping up its role in Afghanistan. The two nations also discussed working together on mutual improvement of their chemical, biological, and nuclear capabilities. A deadly attack near the governor's palace in Kandahar ended in the deaths of 5 Taliban. 10 others went to jail. But just 1 month later, instead of bullets, commerce continues to flow. Here's NATO TV's Mel Preen.
May 7th, 2011. Kandahar city came under a series of coordinated attacks. The assault on the governor's palace began at midday and didn't end until 6 a.m. the next morning. This attack was not in the typical style of the Taliban.
In previous attacks in February at the police headquarters, all of the Taliban came with suicide vests on. We knew that they came out to die. They were going to fire, they were going to shoot, they were going to kill as many people as they could possibly kill, and then they were going to blow themselves up and try to take out more. On the 7th of May, that did not happen. There were some suicide vests, there were some suicide attackers, but that was only part of the plan. A lot of the Taliban came out that day, were not expecting to be captured, not expecting to be killed. They came out without S-vests on, and they came out to cause destruction and then get away and fight another day.
There were 6 attacks in the city that day. 2 were launched on the governor's compound, which is where I'm standing now. One of those sites was just to a blue building there, which used to be an electricity building, and a building out the back by the bazaar.
This was the initial battle position we took up to fight the threat in the south. When we got here, the ABP were already firing. The enemy was firing out of that 3-story market building from the 3rd floor. As soon as I got here, I saw an RPG fly out in our direction.
Dozens of Afghan and American security forces fought for hours defending the governor's palace. Among them was Shafiullah, one of the border police.
The ANSF were not perfect. There were some problems with command and control. There were problems with which forces go to which locations. The coordination is happening. It is getting better. It will get better with time, and our partnership makes it faster and makes their reaction better. What happened down here was there were at least 5 IEDs in this immediate vicinity that were placed, we think, on the day of the attack, as we had just swept it previously. So in rickshaws, in motorcycles, people were running. There were civilians on the street. There were market owners who were fleeing, running for safety. We think that the markets were not cleared out prior to the attack. They were cleared out because of the firing. So not really good intelligence from the locals on that attack. We did not see it coming, and I don't think a lot of the locals knew it was coming.
While the fight was going on, Kandahar's Governor Wisa and his wife were at home. Neither was injured.
One of the RPGs struck the governor's palace. That is what an RPG looks like when it hits a concrete wall or structure like this. Basically, it's a shaped charge, so it sends a stream of molten hot metal through whatever it's hitting, and that one went through the second wall, the interior wall, and out into the governor's yard. This is a tire from a motorcycle that was out in that market. It blasted up here from the IED that was between the 2 3-story buildings.
After an 18-hour fight at the palace alone, 5 Taliban lay dead and 10 were captured. There were no civilians killed.
The first few days after the attack, understandably, a lot of the civilians were nervous. A lot of shops were empty. But you can see now business commerce is continuing, and security has actually been very good in Kandahar City. We are always preparing for the next attack, preparing for the insurgents who have not quit, and we know that. So we are analyzing intelligence, making sure that we are trying to stay ahead of them every step.
Mel Preen in Kandahar, Afghanistan for the NATO channel.
The skies over Alaska are seeing increased traffic due to Exercise Northern Edge 2011. Air Force Staff Sergeant Josh Rosales has more.
Air traffic controllers at Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson are working hard to support Northern Edge 2011. Nearly 150 Air Force and Navy aircraft are participating in this year's exercise. Senior Airman Dana Carpio Herrera, an air traffic controller, said the increased operations has also increased the stress.
It's a lot more stressful when you have this many aircraft. A lot more. We were doing about half as much work as we're doing right now on a regular basis. So this is kind of like a shock to our system when we have all these guys come in, and then we have to get used to that and get acclimated real quick.
Although the exercise has increased the stress, it is a good opportunity for air traffic controllers to gain experience.
An exercise like this is really valuable for us. It always helps out, like I said, to see the strengths and weaknesses so we know what to work on for the people. If you always have slow traffic, everybody can do slow traffic, so you never know whether they're going to be good or not. And then when they go deploy to a busy base, that's when you find out that, oh, they're not that good. So this helps out immensely.
This is not only a great experience for Senior Airman Carpio Herrera, it is also a reminder.
It's awesome because I'm busy. It makes me remember what I'm doing, that it's important.
I'm Air Force Staff Sergeant Josh Rosales, Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson, Alaska.
And we'll be right back.